With a lifespan barely longer than a presidential term, Kawasaki is killing off their beloved entry-level sport bike, the Ninja 400, in favor of a larger displacement motorcycle, the Ninja 500. You might be thinking, 100 cubic centimeters of sweet twin cylinder power. Well, slow your roll there, Squid Boy. The Ninja 400's 399cc engine had a bore of 70 millimeters and a stroke of 51.8. And Kawasaki has retained the 70 millimeter bore while stretching the stroke to 58.6 millimeters, resulting in a displacement bump of 52 cc's. I'll spare you from doing math and tell you that that's not 500 cc's or even 499. It's only 451 cubic centimeters. The marketing department rounded 451 up to the nearest 100 and voila, a new Ninja was born. But Kawasaki also lowered the compression ratio a teeny bit from the 400. That would be from 11.5 to 1 to 11.3 to 1, which is a bit disappointing considering the birth of the Ninja 400 increased displacement and raised compression. Kawasaki is quoting 51 horsepower and about 32 foot-pounds of torque for the US model of the Ninja 500, which is decent power for a motorcycle that's about 370 pounds. In fact, it's almost 10 horsepower more than its peers from other large Asian brands. Unfortunately, it's difficult to compare the Ninja 500's power figures to the Ninja 400 because I can't locate official power figures for the US model Ninja 400 on Kawasaki's website. In a 2018 article published by Cycle World, they claim Kawi only published torque figures of about 28 foot-pounds for the Ninja 400's engine, but did not publish horsepower figures. Regardless, we at least know we're getting a bump of 5 foot-pounds of torque with this model update. With the engine specs out of the way, what else is new about the Ninja 500? New aggressive Ninja styling. New LED headlight and taillight. New high contrast full LCD meter with smartphone connectivity via the Rideology app. A new seat shape for a very comfy posterior. And my favorite update, a new hazard switch. I'm really not joking about the hazard switch thing. At the time this video was released, Kawasaki highlighted this amazing new hazard switch on the Ninja 500 website. No joke. So, bold new hazard switch, anyone? Now that we know what's new about the Ninja 500, what has Team Green kept the same? Well, the baby Ninja 500 features a steel trellis frame that uses the engine as a stressed member. I dug up some photos of the chassis and it looks extremely similar, if not identical, to the Ninja 400. This is a bit of a shame, as I've read the 400's chassis can be a bit sloppy or wet noodle-ish when pushed, but some folks enjoy the feedback that gives. The Ninja 500 has the same suspension geometry as the 400 and very similar suspension components to the Ninja 400. The braking components appear similar too, yet somehow in 2024, ABS is still not standard. The wheel diameter of the Ninja 500 is the same as the 400, but the rear tire profile has changed from a 150/70/17 to a 150/60/17. Kawasaki must expect to sell a ton of these pocket rockets, as they offer no fewer than 5 trim levels. You have the plain Jane Ninja 500 starting at $52.99 USD. There are 3 color options for this model, and they have very long names that I'm not going to read to you. I'll just splash them up on the screen and indulge you with some generic YouTube-esque background music. want Kawasaki to farkle your bike for you, you can spend about 1,000 more greenbacks and pick up the Ninja 500 SE ABS. This model comes in a single colorway and introduces a whole bucket of farkle, including a high-grade full-color TFT display, LED turn signals, a bigger, fatter windscreen, a passenger seat cover, a USB-C outlet, tank pads and knee pads, a radiator guard, and my favorite feature, frame sliders, for those moments when you think you're Alex slows and then realize that you're not. Next up is the KRT edition, which is $200 USD more than the base and nets you KRT colors and graphics, lime and ebony. Are those stripper names? Oh, sorry. Anyway, this is where Kawasaki's website gets a bit weird, because if you want to add ABS to the KRT, you'll need to pay $63.99, which is more than the $400 lift you would expect. But when you look at the photos, the KRT with ABS appears to have the taller windscreen and the passenger seat cover of the SE model. I suspect you're getting the SE model's farkles even though Kawasaki isn't listing them on the website, so if you love the KRT color and graphics and you want ABS, you'll need to let Kawasaki sell you the farkles with the bike. And last but not least, Kawasaki is offering the stunning 40th anniversary edition for a mere $65.99 USD. They're offering this colorway on a few other motos as well, including their Ninja ZX4R and the ZX6R. I love this color scheme, but the $65.99 price tag seems like a lot of coin for an entry-level sport bike, and I like to do my own farkles, so I'm just not sure if I'd pop on this or just go with the whitish color. Wrapping up, I don't suspect the Ninja 500 makes a lot more power than its predecessor, just a bit more torque. Most of the Ninja 500 appears very similar to the 400, and the styling isn't that much better, if at all, in my opinion. So, why did Kawasaki go to all this trouble? I suspect this is their response to ever more stringent emission standards, pure and simple. The naming does give Kawasaki room to bump the displacement yet again if needed to keep up with future emission standards. However, the more they increase the displacement of the bike, the closer it inches to the Ninja 650. I also feel that Kawasaki missed an opportunity with the styling of this motorcycle. Most of the newer entry-level sport bikes, they look overstyled to me. Sure, the Ninja 500 isn't as badly overstyled as, say, the CF Moto 450 SS with its unusually large canards that protrude from the front fairing like a pair of wings from a Saab jet fighter, but the Ninja still looks a bit busy to me. And that's a shame, because Kawasaki's larger bikes look a little more subdued, a little more muscular, and a little more upscale. I'm glad that Kawasaki gives riders so many options on the entry-level Ninja, but the price is creeping up a bit too high for my liking. Sure, a fully loaded Ninja 500 will cost less than, say, a Honda CBR 500R, and it will also outperform it, but I'd really like to see the price of these type of bikes trend closer to $6,000 US than, say, $7,000. So what do you think? Did Kawasaki do the right thing with naming this bike the Ninja 500 instead of, say, the Ninja 450? Which color scheme or trim level would you buy, and why? Let me know in the comments below, and please like and subscribe. Until next time, y'all, keep it shiny side up and ride safe.